I don't care what's under the hood. I don't care. Electric, gas, doesn't matter. I'm not in the gas fueled business. I'm in the transportation business.
Hey, everybody, welcome. This is Susan Givens, and I have Brian Benstock, VP and partner at Paragon Honda and Acura with me today. Hey, Brian, how are you doing?
Susan, it's great to be here.
Awesome. Brian, you guys have always been on the cutting edge. I love your drive. I love your determination. Most of our audience knows who you are, but if you could tell us just a little bit more about yourself.
Brian Benstock, I'm the Vice President and General Manager of Paragon Honda and Paragon Acura in Queens, New York. Started in the car business on May the 10th, 1982. So I'm coming up on a 39-year anniversary. I started selling Hondas at a store called PS Honda on Long Island. It was owned by our organization. And I moved down the road in 1991 or 92 to Paragon, another store that the organization owned, and I've been here since then. And during my journey, I've worked in most positions in the dealership. In 1997 and 98, I had the privilege of becoming Paul Singer's partner. And 2001, we acquired an Acura store together, and it's been an interesting and fun journey for me, growing within the organization and within the industry. To lead a bunch of really great young men and young women into a really good position for Paragon. Our stores typically are in the top 1, 2, or 3 position for new vehicle sales. And I think for about 17 years running, we've been the #1 certified Honda and Acura dealers in the country, and #1 overall new and certified dealers in the country. And it's a privilege and a pleasure to be a part of this organization.
Sales marketing is a big portion of your dealership. I know right now, 2021, inventory is crazy, but you're still having to market. How important is sales marketing and marketing your dealership?
We're in the market 12 months out of the year, every year. You don't back off. And, I'm a part of 2 DAAs, one for Honda, one for Acura. And, I get to hear a lot of very smart dealers' opinions about things. And I think the consensus right now is, hey, we're going to sell all of our cars anyhow. We should back off of the advertising. And, certainly as independent owners and operators, they have a right to do that. And when I hear that, I say, it's time to be a little bit of a contrarian. And I think this is a very, very good time to keep your foot on the gas, because it's not just about selling cars. It's about the margin. And you can get a higher margin if you have 10 people that want 1 car. And so certainly keeping your message out there. I don't want to go dark, especially in the digital landscape. When you go dark digitally, it takes a while for that algorithm to build back up. And why would you let that go to your competition? In addition to that, I can say proudly that Paragon and the Paragon stores were prepared for what was coming. And we stocked up on cars in the months of November, December, January, February. And as of right now, I think we have one of the highest inventories for Honda and Acura in the marketplace. And I say that not to brag, but I do think, we've seen this movie before. We saw that our brothers and sisters at Toyota were running out of chips, and it was only a question of time before it came here. We had a rather rough winter here in New York. We had a couple of snowstorms. And what a perfect time to buy cars, because I think a lot of dealers were concerned about that. And you never want to let the short-term situation dictate the long-term outcome. And we took a look at where we thought the market was going to be. We understood with low interest rates, with $1.7 trillion in savings that the U.S. economy has put away over the past 12 months, and with another $2 trillion in stimulus money, that there was going to be a lot of money coming into the market. And we thought that was going to bode well for our industry, and it has. With that being said, we're not immune to market fluctuations, and we're not immune to chip shortages impacting inventory. And I do think for us around June and beginning of July, we're going to be low on inventory, and we're going to have to be very strategic in how we place our advertising.
Yeah, so how are you going to do that in June and July? What's your strategy and technique for going into the summer months?
You sell what you have, right? And we are going to have inventory. Just some of the more popular models are going to be a little bit tight. I'm understanding that some of the 2022 MDXs are going to be tight, so we're going to have to be, so if we have TLXs, or if we have ILXs or RDXs, we're going to become experts at marketing those. Because remember, people are going to be in the market. The consumers are not aware of the chip shortage. The regular consumer is just not aware of that. And I know I was trying to buy something last year for my son, a jet ski for my son. And, it wasn't in the market. It was his birthday, a special birthday. I wanted to get him a jet ski. And my Lord, those were sold out because a lot of people were off. And a lot of people were taking the savings of money that they had and investing in recreational products. And so I actually had to travel to another state to get one. And don't you think you're going to negotiate? There was no negotiation. I paid full price for it. And, I thought that, and again, because I'm not in that market every day, I wasn't aware of that. And I think many consumers today are not aware of the chip shortage facing dealers, the inventory shortages facing dealers, and they're quite surprised when they go to the dealership and they say, well, we don't have one, or you're going to have to wait 6 to 8 to 12 weeks. What? And so, it's important that we're in the market. So when that customer hears that, they see our advertising and they know we've got the inventory available.
That's great. I want to talk trends for the next couple of years. We have electric vehicles coming into play. I would love to know your thoughts on what you see the near future heading.
I don't care what's under the hood. I don't care. Electric, gas, doesn't matter. I'm not in the gas fueled business. I'm in the transportation business. I want to provide transportation for consumers whenever, wherever, and however they want to consume it. And so keeping that in mind, we're mobility purveyors. And I think that keeps me out of these debates about when, how, should, yes, no. I think there's a lot of things that have to be worked out with electric vehicles. I think infrastructure, charging, things like that, and affordability, desirability. We can't keep having the federal government subsidize this forever. At some point, cars are going to have to be built that people want to buy. And so right now, I'm very confident in Honda's position on this. I do believe that Honda Motor Corporation has fantastic electric vehicles built and ready to go. But the public demand is not quite there yet. And, again, there is some demand there, but I wouldn't be happy if they decided to switch over all at once. We do what we have to do if they did, but I'm not seeing that demand on the consumer level yet. Many of the other manufacturers have an electric vehicle, and without heavy subsidies, those vehicles tend to sit. So, I think the approach that American Honda has taken with their Honda and Acura division has been the right approach. I think they're not going to look to lead in terms of going out first. They'll do it the best. And I think I'm more comfortable with that direction.
I love your answer. It's just a breath of fresh air. I interview dealers daily, and the majority of response that I've received from that question is worry and dread, and they're just scared. So to hear what you just had to say is music to my ears.
If worry is going to help, then I'll worry.
Thank you so much for your time today. I always walk away with a couple nuggets that I can take and write an article or do a blog about. So I appreciate your time, your energy, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, Susan. Always great to see you.